To start off with the M page, we're just going to start with our paper products. So we'll need the back M page, we'll need the larger of the striped rectangles, and we'll need one of our completed M's. So I've added adhesive to the back of this, and I am just going to put it down here at about that position. I want it slightly moved over because the M is going to go here. So I want there to be a little bit of a border on each side. Also, the next thing you should do is put down your photo. I've applied glue to the back of the M, and we will attach it right here on the edge. Again, matching up all of our edges to make sure it's nice and neat. To finish off the M page, you're going to put some sand and some shells on the corner. You should have a baggie with sand and shells in it. Make sure the sand doesn't have any shells left in it, and then pick out some shells and arrange them on your paper the way you like them, so that you've got a basic idea of how they're going to go. Then I'm just going to scoot them off in order. After you scoot the shells off, take diamond glaze or glossy accents or some other thick dimensional adhesive and run it along the line of where you want your shells and your sand. Remember, everywhere you put this is going to get shells or sand. So don't cover up any part of the photo that maybe you don't want covered up. And also do it sort of irregular. You don't really want it to be perfectly straight. I'm going to kind of clean off my tip of this along the edge too. Might as well. And then I'm going to take some piece of small scrap paper that I have and just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Just a tiny bit, just so that I know there's glue all along that part, so that when the sand comes in, it'll fill in the whole thing and that the shells will glue down. So now, while it's still goopy and wet, I'm going to take the shells and place them back on there the way I had them. So, whoops. Oh, heck. That looks kind of cool, huh? Let's put that like that, and this here on the edge, and we'll put this up here. And we'll put this one over here. Now, Glossy Accents is so thick and heavy, it's going to hold your shells in place once you actually stop messing around with them, because it is still wet, so it'll still move at this point. And I'm not even really paying attention to how I'm putting the shells down. I'm just kind of putting them in there, and so you can really do it however you want. Okay, that looks like a nice little bit of shells. And then I'm going to take this extra sand and sprinkle it everywhere I put that glue. And I'm just going to kind of let it sit on there. You don't need much glue, just sprinkle it a little bit all the way to the end, because I did glue all the way out there. And I'm going to let that sit there until it dries. Maybe I'll do a small pat just to make sure it's all embedded down. Just very, very gently with my fingers, just to make sure everything's embedded down in the glue. I think I'm going to add a shell there too. Why not? Now, don't mess with this once you've got it all glued down, so make sure you do it someplace where it can really just sort of sit and dry. And remember, the sand is like glitter. It's going to get everywhere. So I'm glad I did this on a silicone mat. So then just leave that be and let it all dry. And then your M page will be done. And when you're finished and it's dry, you just lift the page up, put all of the sand into a little pile, just like you would use in glitter, and let all the extra rub off. And your M page is done.